Hello YouTube, this is BUB'S Comics, bringing you a comic haul for today. All of these were picked up at my local Peddler's Mall for $1 a piece. Can you believe it? So the first one we have here is X-Men 55. This one actually was double bagged with X-Men 56. That's right, look at that. Woo! 55, 56. Those are beautiful Sentinel covers. So far I've got, this is the X-Men 1991 series. You know, the one kind of, it goes along well with the X-Men cartoon series. So if you're a fan of the X-Men cartoon series, the animated series, you'll love this set of X-Men comics. It really goes quite well together. Right now I have 1 through 51. So picking up 55 and 56 today was a good catch, and I don't read them until I have them all in order because I am much more of a reader than anything else. So there's 55 and 56. Onslaught Phase 1, Phase 2, so that's nice. And there's a nice, beautiful Sentinel. Look at that. And just so you know, I'm not all about Marvel. I'm a sucker for number ones. This was a number 0, so you almost can't beat that at all. The only thing better than a number 1 would be a number 0. The only thing better than a 0 is a -1. So that's kind of how I start working backwards on them. I just love this cover. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. Just a great one to hang on the old comic wall there. And next we have the Astonishing X-Men. I've been collecting this set. I've read a few of them so far. I have a couple of gaps. I'm trying to collect 1 through 24, which would be the Joss Whedon written group. So this was number 8. I was glad to pick that up. And here's some more Astonishing X-Men. It's number 12. This one's a variant cover. I have the other one. This one is just, I think it looks really good. Anything with her on it looks great. So, and this one is another variant, same Astonishing X-Men number 20. That other one was number 12. Astonishing X-Men number 20. It's Beast hanging upside down. Never much cared for the cat-looking version of Beast, but you know, it is what it is. So I do enjoy the color scheme on that. And I like that purple X-Men right there. I think that's beautiful. This one is Marvel Superheroes number 56. Now this one has quite an interesting story, and hopefully you all have stayed to the end of this video to catch this little nugget here. This is not an expensive book. You can get it on mycomicshop.com right now. For $1.70 with no sale. And this, if you see this spine roll, is just hideous. Look at that. I think it would take 7 chiropractors to work that out. That's just horrible. It's just a really, really rough book. Looks like somebody took it and rolled it and swatted flies for 27 years with it. It's from 1975 and it looks like it's from 57. But the reason that I picked it up is because I really liked the cover art. I thought it was awesome. And for $1, you can't hardly go wrong with a nice cover art like that. But it says, senses shattering origin issue, which I thought was just a great way to describe it. And it really appears to be, and it says the way it began, the origins of the Hulk, which of course we have Hulk 1, which in itself is an origin story. But this comes out later than that. But what's interesting about this, the reason why I couldn't pass it up, is because, mind you, I paid 99 cents for it. And the first thing I do when I get comics is I always re-bag and board them most of the time. At least, unless the bag and board are already in good condition. But for the most part, if there's anything wrong with them, curled, too much tape, whatever, I'll go ahead and re-bag and board it. But this one, I vow not to re-bag and board because I think that the bag and board is a better story than the comic itself. The comic itself is, you know, like I said, almost worthless. I'm going to read it, so I'll get some enjoyment out of it, at least $1's worth. But if you look here, I paid 99 cents. It has a tag on it from 1996, from July of 1996. And it was priced at $100. Can you see that? Now, there's no way of knowing whether anyone actually paid $100 for this book. I really hope no one paid $100 for this book, considering that I only paid $1 for it today. But I think it's interesting, the difference between what used to be, when I say that, I mean prior to the internet explosion of information, to what is today. I'm standing in the Peddler's Mall in this case. I'm looking at a comic, and I almost looked up its value on the spot. But I had the option to do that. I chose not to do that because for $1, it's more fun just to take the wild ride and see what happens later, you know? Get all excited on the way home and then check it later, almost as a special treat to see whether I really got a good deal or not. But at $1, it's already a good deal if it's got a good story and good art. But for $100 back in '96, I hope some poor soul didn't end up paying that and it winds up in a Peddler's Mall for $1 decades later. So, you know, my only feeling on that is that I would suspect that back before we had the internet and so much free access to information, that there was a relatively unknown value to many of these comics. Now, maybe the comic shops knew the value. I mean, there were, of course, books published that had ongoing values, things of that nature by that time already. But the average comic book buyer did not know the value of comics in '96. It was just getting to that point where they felt like everything older than, you know, '85 was, oh, this must be valuable, and there's a lot of hype going on trying to, you know, acquire comics for collection purposes. And I could just see a shop owner with this behind him for $100 saying, hey, this is the origins of the Hulk. I mean, how many people in '96 really even knew or had ready access to what the first Hulk comic cover even looked like? They may have thought this was the first Hulk. And for $100 behind someone's back, and you look and you say, oh, well, that looks cool. Well, yeah, that's the first origins of the Hulk. Well, I'll take that. How much? $100. And now here we are, 20-something years later, and it's worth $1. So anyway, I really enjoyed the sticker, the price tag on this book, and that's why I bought it, so that I could have a book that said it was selling for $100, and I only paid $1. And I love that they put the price tag right over the other one, so there's no discrepancy. It was $100, now it's $1. So that's my comic haul. This is BUB'S Comics signing off. You can like, share, subscribe, or just don't do any of that. Turn off your computers and read a comic book. All right. Catch you next time. Bye.